Taurus, there are so many messages coming through for you, it's kind of overwhelming. Every time I dip into your energy, I get another message, and they all seem kind of disjointed, but I can feel underlying everything. There's a bigger picture being woven. And the more I try to make sense of it with my conscious mind, the more confused I get. So I've just given up on that. And maybe that's a message for you too. Stop trying to make conscious sense of things and just let your deep inner knowing be enough, even if it's very abstract, even if it only makes sense to you and no one else. So I am going to share some of the messages that have been coming through, and then we'll jump right into tarot. If you're new here, hello. My name is Emily. I channel through tarot to inspire introspection. And if this resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. And if not, no worries. Just leave it for someone else or return to it at a later time. Also, be sure to check out the description box where I'll leave some journal prompts for you based on this reading. Okay, so last night I just dipped into your energy for like 2 seconds and I was shown an image of a forest, a deep, dark forest. And I heard something about not seeing the forest for the trees. So I think this is an invitation from Spirit for you to stop overthinking, to stop getting lost in the details, and to stay connected to the bigger picture, okay? Then, as I was picking out your tarot deck for this reading, or allowing it to pick me, I should say, it's the Wild Unknown, by the way, as I was connecting with this deck, I heard the line from The Lord of the Rings where Gandalf, the wizard, says, "Keep it secret, keep it safe." Keep it secret, keep it safe. So there's something about Spirit wanting you to know that there's a time and place for everything. Not everything that is true wants to be shared. Sometimes it's to your advantage to keep some things to yourself. Keep some truths to yourself. And then, just a few moments ago, I was shown an image of Little Red Riding Hood. The moment when Little Red Riding Hood is knocking on her grandmother's door, she goes in and the wolf is in grandma's clothes, and Little Red Riding Hood is like, "My oh my, what gigantic teeth you have, what luscious fur you have," on and on and on, right? And that's such a reflection of not seeing the forest for the trees. Little Red Riding Hood was so fixated on the details, the teeth, the fur, the whatever. She didn't connect all the dots and recognize it's adding up to a wolf, right? She was so focused on the details of the wolf, she didn't register that it's a wolf. And if in that moment she had recognized it was a wolf, it would have been to her advantage to not say that out loud. It would have been to her advantage to keep pretending she knows it's grandma, right? So that she can like strategize her exit. So I don't know, it's all tying together. Seeing the bigger picture, not getting lost in details, keeping truths to yourself. Or at least knowing when the right moment is to say them. I was also called to grab my rose quartz tower. So the energy of rose quartz wants to be with you or work with you right now. Rose quartz is all about the heart center and love and compassion and gentleness, softness, right? So maybe there's some healing in your heart that needs to happen. And then last but not least, as I was pre-shuffling the deck, the Six of Cups jumped out, 444 on the timer. And when I look at this, I hear, "Go to your roots." I don't know. Okay, so with all of that said, let's start pulling cards. All right, show me what's going on in the collective of Taurus right now. Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus, please. It just feels like one of the main messages here is to not overthink right now. Overthinking will kill your flow. It will kill your truth. You don't have to think about your truth when you just exist, right? When you just are yourself, you just be. Your truth just emanates from you. So when you're caught in this loop of overthinking, you're actually like blocking your truth. All right, what's going on in the collective of Taurus right now? Yep, well, there it is. The moon. There's the deep dark forest and getting lost in it. The moon card is about, in its shadow form, it's about overthinking. Total overthinking. Getting lost in thought. Getting lost in the illusion of thought. Believing everything you think. Do not believe everything you think, okay? Trying to navigate your way through the labyrinth of your own mind. You're just going to get lost in it. The only way out of the woods is by knowing how to track the North Star, in theory. I don't know anything about how that actually works, but like that's what's coming through. Like the only way to know which direction to walk is to look up and to use the stars as your guide, to use these higher points of reference as a guide, the bigger picture. Not to just look at what's right in front of you and think, you know, well, it makes sense to go this way, but I think I've already been here. You're lost. You're done. You're done. Okay. Okay. So you might be overthinking. I think it's safe to say some of you are overthinking and it's not working for you. There's a reason why we overthink, though. We believe it's helping us. We overthink when we're not connected to our deeper truth. It's almost like overthinking is some kind of compensation for lack of power. Daughter of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Daughter of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So you've got 2 pages. Yeah. Underlying everything, your intuition is trying to tell you something. Your intuition, your feelings, that abstract, maybe even nonsensical inner knowing. It's trying to speak to you right now, but you're lost in thought. You're lost in thought, and you're feeling a lot of motivation, inspiration, intrinsic inspiration, and I would even say you're tapping into a lot of energy right now, like a lot of potential energy. It's building inside of you, and it's almost like there's this urge. It needs an outlet. Like you want to find your direction because you almost have. Almost. You're right there. So there's a lot of building enthusiasm in you and drive and motivation. But if it doesn't have the right outlet, it can turn into desperation. And if you think that overthinking is the way to figure out your direction, ooh, no. No. Your direction is your inner knowing. Okay, so what's the primary challenge that Taurus is facing. The Hermit. Yep. You can't make this up. You just can't do it. The challenge is to go within, look within, as opposed to looking without. Your light, your direction, your truth, it's in here. It's not out there. I'm hearing stop trying to figure things out. Stop trying to figure things out and find them out. There's a difference between finding them out and figuring them out. You're never going to figure your truth out. Your truth is not a math equation. Your truth just is. And you're either in touch with it or you're not. There's nothing to figure out. When it comes to your truth, there is nothing to figure out. Only something to discover. It's not about thinking more. Obviously, Taurus energy is coming forward for you as well. Son of Pentacles. Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, this motivation and inspiration I was picking up on, because you can feel like you're so close to the answers that you're looking for. It's creating a lot of like anticipation. And if you let that run rampant, it'll just make everything so much worse. The Knight of Pentacles is saying when you have the right priorities, and the right priority is to feel your truth and to discover it rather than trying to figure it out, your whole nervous system just calms right down. And there's a kind of softness that comes over you, a kind of patience and an understanding that your path unfolds for you in perfect divine timing, and there is no need to rush. Rushing does not help anything. Rushing makes everything so much worse. Actually, the energy of rushing is the energy of desperation. It is the energy of lack, even, I would say, scarcity, fear. When you feel secure within yourself about what your truth is, there's just this divine sort of stillness that comes over you, and you operate in divine timing, and you understand that it's not even slow and steady wins the race, although that is usually what I hear through the Knight of Pentacles. You are the path. You understand when you're connected to your inner truth that you are the path. And so when you're connected to your inner truth, you're not missing out on anything. You don't need to rush. All right, what's the advice? What's the advice for Taurus? Picking up on hawk energy, if you want to work with the energy, any animal energy. Hawk. Oh. Wheel of Fortune. This is one of my favorite Wheel of Fortune cards ever in any tarot deck. I just think it's so beautiful. Owl energy is there for you. Oh, I just want like a poster of this. This is trusting life. You trust life when you trust yourself. You don't trust life when you don't trust yourself. When you're lost in thought and you're trying to figure everything out as fast as possible because you're scared, you're just disconnected from everything. As soon as you shift your priority to feeling and discovering and awakening to your truth rather than trying to figure it out, the universe just meets you there, and the universe will start to arrange and rearrange your life in more aligned ways. This is trust. And I'm hearing, take this, take it. Okay, yep, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. That spark within you is always there. That lantern on the turtle and the hermit, that spark within you is always there. Just because you can't feel it or you're currently disconnected from it doesn't mean it's not there. It's always there. It's your power. Temperance. Why did you disconnect from it in the first place? Why did you start overthinking in the first place? That's what the Six of Cups is about. Going back to your roots. Trace it back to your roots. If this reading is for you and you are someone who has been overthinking, trying to figure everything out, trace it back. Like, take the time to trace that back and recognize what led to that pattern. Why do you feel like, what are you trying to make up for? Or what is overthinking? I mean, there's a feeling of powerlessness and like feeling out of control. Overthinking is always compensation for feeling out of control in some way. So go to the root of that feeling out of control. It's got to be some form of disconnection from your inner spark, and you've got to heal that. And as soon as you do, everything starts making a whole lot of sense, ironically. Wow, Taurus. Okay, I hope that this was helpful or at least thought-provoking. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to check out the journal prompts in the description box, and I'll see you next time. Bye.